Hello, hello. Welcome to your gentle yoga class. My name is Regina, and you are at the Calm Confident Woman Studio. I am happy to be here with you. We have just finished our core connection class, so if you haven't checked that out yet, go in and catch one of the recordings or sign up to join us for our next live class on core connection. I have changed the format on that class just a little bit, so if you're familiar with it, know that it has changed just a bit. One of our 2 days, so we do core connection twice a week. One day will be the standard core connection workouts that we have been doing, which is great for our deep core, the spine stability, the pelvic floor health, etc. And then once a week, we will bring in more of the typical core exercises that you're accustomed to or might be familiar with for more of the muscle toning. And everything is connected. So you're still getting the deep core in that second core connection. It's just a little different format just to give us a little more variety in our workouts. So there you go. All right, this class is scheduled to begin in about 3 minutes. So I am going to take a moment to go grab some water and then we will get started. So I'll be right back. If you haven't already done so, grab your props, even if you're just grabbing your improvised props. And if you want music, gentle spa, meditation, yoga music, put on your own favorite playlist or be curious and check out a new playlist that is along those lines so that you can have the music you would like. I will not be playing music through this recording. All right, see you shortly. All right, y'all. Howdy. Let's do this. So, gentle yoga. Today we are going to focus on back bends, and I do recommend your blocks, bolsters, and a blanket today. So you can't see it yet because I'm in the way. I already have my blanket out. I do recommend the denser blankets, the like cotton, things of that nature, to really give you more support. The soft, fluffy polyester ones that are really pretty don't, they have a lot of give, they squish more when you put body weight into them. So they're not ideal, but you do what you can with what you have, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and make our way to our mats. And I'm gonna bring this bolster down. All right, so you're down on your mat. Go ahead and bend your knees, roll your spine down. We are going to begin lying on your back or on our backs. All right, so the body is rolled down. If you're new to our class, this is Phoebe. She's our little sweetheart. All right, so as we begin, we're coming into constructive rest. Allow the knees to remain bent. And if you would like props under the legs here, you can always bring in your bolsters. So this is going to be a better one for that. It's a little thicker, denser, right? So you can bring it in and it just gives the body a little more support. And if you are using a bolster, then feel free to let the legs lengthen over the bolster and take a little more, little fuller rest. All right, hands come to rest on the belly, one on the low belly, one on the upper belly. Back of the neck is long. So your chin is no more than a fist distance from your chest. Doesn't need to drop down or lift up. Begin to follow the natural breaths as they come and go. Allow your inhale to arrive warm and wide, deep in the belly. Feel the belly expand with the breath. On your exhale, lower the belly toward the spine. Press the air up. Upper abs release. Ribs all the way through chest. And breath out through the throat and the nose. Inhale arrives, flows down the nostrils, through the throat, down the lungs, the ribs, the upper belly, all the way into the low belly, feeling that warm, wide expansion. And we exhale, pressing the breath from lower belly, upper belly, ribs, lungs, all the way up and out. And again, fill up, warm and wide. Exhale. And one more breath here. Return to your natural breath. Allow your awareness to continue to rest here at the midline or at the abdomen, at the middle of the body. So, as we move through our practice today with a focus on back bends, it's really important that we open up and have awareness of the front of the body, especially through the hips and the torso, right? All through this front region. So, keep this awareness as we move through the practice. If your legs are long over a prop, go ahead and bend the knees, remove the prop. Feet are hip distance apart and the toes are moving straight down your mat. Bring the arms long alongside the body, palms down. Keep the back of the neck long and the head down. Press into your feet. Engage pelvic floor and belly as you press your hips into the air. Now, we're not trying to take the hips all the way to the ceiling. We're just finding what lift is naturally there and bring your awareness to your tailbone. Reach the tailbone toward the calves and we'll exhale back down. So we're just gently moving into this back bend. Press into the feet. Inhale, extend. Maybe there's a little more lift, a little more extension. And keep the spine long all the way through the tailbone as you lower the hips to earth. Let's do another one. We're just gently warming up back body, starting to feel some heat into the back of the legs, into the glutes, and we'll lower back down. Good. Take a little movement. Let the feet step wide and let the knees swish side to side. Good. And then bring the legs back and just take one leg long down the mat. We're not trying to really fully stretch the back of the leg. We're just giving it some room. And then we'll bring it back. And then the other leg. And bring it back. All right, so we're going into two more bridges. This time when we bridge, if you want more support in a more restorative option, you will slide a block under the hips, under that sacrum, which is below the hips, and you'll stay here and you'll just hang out here if you're not going up and down with us. But if you want to come with me and to really build strength, once we bridge up, we're looking for the maximum lift that's available at this time, not what might be available 30 minutes from now, hour from now, or 2 years from now. Okay. Just be present with your body in this moment. So we will bridge the hips up. We will imagine we're dragging the heels in and that we're extending the knees further away. This will create a lot of engagement in the back chain. So the hamstrings and the glutes are really going to fire up. Your focus is the hamstrings. All right. So here we go. Take your breath in. Breath out. Inhale, lift and extend. Move the tailbone toward the ankles or toward the calves. Drag the heels in. Actively reach the knees away. Keep the chin and the head in place. Your chest has lifted, so it might come up closer to the chin, but we're not intentionally lowering the chin. Take another breath in. Maybe there's a little more lift. And keep this extension. Use your abs as you exhale the hips back down. Take another breath. If you're not coming with us, you have that block underneath you and you're just hanging out there. Inhale, drive the hips into the air, lengthen the tailbone away, drag the heels in, reach through the kneecaps, continue to focus on your breath. Maybe each inhale you find a little more lift, a little more activation in the back body. Keep the knees in line with the hips. We don't want them to drop out wide. Exhale to lower the body back down. Very nice. Step the feet wide, a little movement side to side. Great. And then we'll bring the legs back and let the right leg go long. Give it a little room, not trying to overly extend it, just release. And then bring it back and take your left leg long. So back bends help us to really expand and open through the front of the body, which is great for helping us to open up to a connection, a deeper connection with love, with grace, kindness, etc. All right. You're going to take the right ankle over the left thigh, press the right leg away. Take some movement in your right ankle. It can be side to side, it can be up and down, circles, whatever feels good for your ankle. And then flex the ankle. Keep pressing the right leg away. Navel to spine so that your back is protected. Maybe left knee comes over left hip, or maybe you extend the left leg. Again, we don't want to completely stretch the back of the left leg here. So we're just giving some room here as we stretch the right glutes, open the right hip. Another breath or two here. So we will be moving toward camel pose today, and whatever that looks like in your body in this moment in time. And so go ahead and lower the left leg and the right leg. We will be using the back body. We're going to be engaging those muscles. So we want them to be spacious, but we don't want to completely release them in between before we're finished with our practice. All right, so we've crossed left ankle over right thigh, taking some movement in the ankle, whatever that feels like for you. Wiggle the toes, point, flex, side to side, whatever you need. And then core is engaged, left leg stays pressed away. Maybe the right knee comes over the hip. Feel free to hold the leg if that feels right. You can always bring that right hand to the outside of the right leg. Ankles are flexed. And we'll exhale back down. Go ahead and hug your knees in. Lower both knees to your left. Right shoulder is down. Inhale back to center. Hug the legs in. And exhale to your right. Stack your hips. Keep your shoulders down. Inhale back to center. Hug your legs in. Hands to the hamstrings. Rock your body up. Plant your feet. Grow tall and long through the spine. Keep the feet planted. So for a really stable and effective back bend, you have to feel grounded and stable. So we really want to, with each of our poses, feel the ground beneath us. Connect with the earth's stability. Okay. And then we will lengthen the legs out front and give them some movement and a little swish and wiggle. All right. A little move forward and back through the ankles. Good. All right. So we do want to open up our quads, the front of our thighs. And we can do this without having to sit on our heels. That being said, if your body allows you to sit on your heels, then by all means do, because that is a great option and a great thing to be able to do. However, as we move through life, sometimes life experiences lead to injuries, etc. And we don't have that ability to deeply compress into the knees. So let me show you a few options. And if you need to hit pause on this recording and come back after you grab props, feel free to. So one option, I have a couple of matching washcloths that I have rolled equally, and you can take one, and you could do this with little hand towels or something else. You could use a blanket. I'm just not going to unfold mine to do that. So anything behind the knees that creates a pocket of space might be helpful. All right. So there is one option. Another option is to bring blocks or some other prop behind you and between the ankles that brings the hips up higher so that you're able to get that release in your quads, but without as much compression in your knees. So that might feel better for you. Another, even if you're on a prop, so with or without a prop, your knees might appreciate having a blanket for the knees. Or if you have one of those pads that you can get there, sometimes you can find them under yoga, knee pad or a fitness knee pad, something of that nature. You could use that here as well. So find what works for you, and you might need a combination. You might need the blanket or something under the knees, something behind the knees, and something to sit on. There's no wrong way. Yoga teaches us to honor our bodies, and it's a journey. Yoga is a journey of ourselves, and that journey of ourselves takes us through ourselves to ourselves. So don't get caught up on that. Just know that it's a journey, and you want to listen to what the body shares with you and honor whatever comes up. So if blocks are not quite right for you, another option is to bring in a bolster or pillows to sit on. And if you're doing that, you can set them right on your calves and then sit on them. Okay. So check out your options, find what feels right. I actually kind of like this today, and each day's a new day. So we're just stretching out the front of the legs. I'm going to take my blocks behind me. You can do that as well if you have them, or a little stool or another cushion or something of that nature. So we're not going into camel just yet, but this is just a prep pose to prepare the body. Inhale nice and tall. Stay right here. Tops of the feet are down. Toenails are turned down. And yeah, the legs are together or hip distance apart, whichever feels right for your body. We just don't want the knees out wide. Inhale nice and tall. We're going to stay right here for 5 breaths. Warm, wide breaths into the belly. Ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips. Body softens. Feel a release through the glutes and the hips as you exhale. Release the mouth, the legs. We're also stretching the front of the ankles. So if that's really a challenge for you, if there's a lot of gap and your ankles don't come down to the mat, using your claws, the rolled claws, or a blanket or something else under the front of your ankles can make this more comfortable. Last couple of breaths. Right. Stay here or bring the hands behind you or bring your hands to your low back. Let's start with hands to the low back. Inhale tall, exhale gently extend. So we're not opening up too much. We're just gently starting to open across the chest and the front of the shoulders. Keep the neck long so it's still a fist distance from the chest. One more breath here. And then inhale back over the hips, release the hands, draw the hands down. Slowly and mindfully make your way to hands and knees. Move props. So my knees in recent weeks have gotten a little more talkative. So I am just going to use a little more support, a little more comfort for them. All right. And we are in our tabletop. Finding that solid foundation in the corners of the hands. Remembering we want to anchor into the base of the thumbs, index, pinky, right along that edge of the palm, and then into that outer corner. Gentle engagement of fingertips. So take a look at your hands. Make sure that the space between thumbs and index fingers is anchored down to the ground as much as possible. If there's space there, draw the awareness to that base of the index fingers, that bottom knuckle, and really try to drive it a little deeper into the ground. On your next exhale, round your spine. Lift up through the center of your spine. This lowers the tailbone and crown toward the ground. As you inhale, let the elbows soften. Lift up the tailbone. Roll through the spine like a wave. Lengthen the arms. Chest floats open. Neck is still long. Exhale, roll into your cat pose. Inhale for cow. And one more time. And then into neutral. Take your pause. Check in and notice your body. And then lower to your forearms. Use props as needed as it fits your body. Do keep the back of the neck long. Forehead comes to the mat or onto a prop. Forearms stay on the mat, or you can extend them forward. The more you lengthen the arms out from the body, the more challenge it will be. The more you'll have to incorporate your shoulders for stability. So for me, with my injuries and surgery, I try to keep the arms a little closer so I don't recruit and have to use that as much, just because I'm still developing the muscle strength to be stable in my shoulders. Heart melts closer to the ground, breath by breath. And this puppy pose is also a back bend. It's also an inversion with the head below the heart. 3 more breaths. Breathe into the back of your lungs. And we'll inhale by pressing into the arms, into the tops of the legs or feet to draw the body up to tabletop. Take your moment here and pause. Notice the space in the back of your lungs, in the back of your ribs, shoulders. And then we will lengthen the legs behind us. So we are preparing for Sphinx pose. Just want to move this out of my way. All right. If you want more comfort under your hip bones, keep a blanket or something else to provide that for you. And it can be right under your hips. So we're coming all the way down onto the hips. Hands are under the shoulders. Shift through the hips, find room for your low back, and then bring your toenails down. Legs are moving straight out from the hips, not wider. And then we have the hands under the shoulders for placement, elbows in close to the body, so not letting them wing out. Slide them alongside the body. And if you wanted to play with this for a moment, you can notice as the elbows go wide, the shoulders rise. As you draw the elbows in, the shoulders slide down your back. And this is where we want them. This is where we will get the most benefit and we will stay safe in our body. If you're not sure of your neck, so you can always just take a fist right between the chin and the chest to get that alignment and keep that alignment or, fairly close to that as we move through this. So pressing into the tops of the feet and the pubic bone, we're going to extend the spine just a little bit. We're not going very far, but this is all back body, so no pressure into the hands. You should be able to lift the hands, let them hover off the ground, and we will exhale back down. Taking two more little cobras. Inhale, exhale. So cobra is a back bend. Inhale, exhale. Now we'll take one more. And if you want to stay in that baby cobra, go for it. I am going to actively engage the arms. So I will be inhale, press into the feet, into the hands, extend the arms, draw the shoulders down, keep the neck long, not lifting the chin. Take another couple of breaths in your cobra. And we'll exhale back down. If you were able to make it into that full cobra, you got a really nice release through the front of the body, the abdomen, all the way into the hip flexors and upper thighs. Very nice. Slide the hands forward, stack the hands, and bring the forehead to rest on the back of the hands. Shift through your hips a little bit. Find some room, maybe let the hips rock a little side to side. Couple of breaths in crocodile. Crocodile is still considered a back bend. It's very gentle and mild. So as we move toward our peak pose of camel, any of the back bends that we've done leading up to it, if that is someplace you would like to revisit instead of coming into camel, you're always welcome to. So as we move through these poses today, I'll identify each one that is a back bend so that if you'd like to use it more, you will know which one to go to. Two more breaths. And on your next inhale, press into the feet and pubic bone to extend and lift the head. Bring the forearms to the mat with the elbows under the shoulders. Okay. Palms are down. Sphinx pose. Sphinx pose is a back bend. So if you opt to come back to this when we move to camel, this is where you'll be. You'll press into the tops of the feet, the pubic bone, into the arms to find as much extension as is available to you, keeping the back of the neck long without lifting or tucking the chin. Shoulder blades are pulled into the spine, sliding toward the hips, and you are in your back bend. You are grounded, so feel the ground underneath your hands, your lower body. Chest is open, so you can open into the lightness of the pose. Core is being activated here, so you're feeling a little heat or light, maybe some transformation in the center of your belly. And the gaze is forward here, maybe even closed with your focus on the space between your brows. So we're tapping into the expansiveness and the light limitlessness of this pose and in our minds. Couple more breaths. And every pose we're moving through today supports an unshakable confidence. And then we'll slowly lower the body back down. As we come down, elbows slide out wide, stack the hands again, and forehead comes to rest on the hands. 3 breaths. Good. All right, from here. Inhale the head up, bring the hands under the shoulders, engage the pelvic floor and belly as you lift the hips. Take a moment just sliding the hips back to lengthen the spine. So, child's pose, which is where we're headed, is a gentle and safe way to release the spine and hips. Take a few slow, steady breaths. So, we don't want a full forward fold here. We want to keep the back body engaged to a degree. But this is a nice little kind of a neutral place from where we've been and where we're going. All right, next inhale, come on up. If you need to flow through cat-cow a time or two, feel free to do so. And when you are ready, grab your blocks, step your right foot forward. If you need something under your knees, feel free to accommodate that. And we're just going to floss through the sciatic joint for a moment. So we move the hips forward and we'll slide the hips back. As you move forward, the leg in the back is getting a nice release into the psoas muscle and all this connective tissue. Psoas muscles are the muscles that connect legs to the torso. They're also referred to as your hip flexors because that's what they do. They flex the hip. But hip flexors includes all your connective tissue in there as well. Right? Linger forward when you come here. It's okay with us down like this to have the knee beyond the toes because we are not standing. But I do want you to focus on getting your heel down. And if it doesn't come down, then use a prop underneath it to have that stability and that support. Right? And you can, if the knee is complaining, have your rolled up cloth behind the knee here, create that pocket of space. Lengthen your spine. Shoulders down, long neck. Couple more deep breaths. All right, lift up pelvic floor, scoop up your belly, ease your hips back. Allow your right leg to extend and take just a moment to move through the ankle. Spine is long, we're not rounding forward. And then we'll take the foot down, press into the ball of the foot at the base of the large toe. Stay fairly upright here. We're not trying to fold very far, just a little release into the back of the leg. And then bring the right leg back under you. Left foot steps forward and we'll go into that floss again. So again, we want to start knee over heel. And then we'll be flowing back and forth, right? So inhale forward. Now the knee is beyond the toes. And we exhale, ease back. Good. Inhale forward. Take your time, move slowly. Exhale back. Inhale. exhale. So as we move through the hips, we're really tapping into the water element, but to have the fluidity and the adaptability in our hips, to bring some motion into the hips, we need to be able to be grounded in the earth, have that stability that comes from being grounded. So make sure that you stay connected with the sole of the foot, that left foot on the floor, the back leg, having that top of the right foot down. All right, next time you come forward, linger here, finding a little more extension. So really think about moving the body up from the hips, finding that long spine. Good. Blocks have multiple heights, so use them. Find what you need. Just make sure shoulders are not at the ears. Ease them down. All right. And think about something in life where you could use a little more self-confidence, right? Begin to breathe that self-confidence in. Remember, our thoughts are so powerful. Number one, we don't have to believe everything we think. Number two, we have the power to reframe whatever thought is there, to recognize that an old thought is simply that, it's an old pattern, it's an old groove in the brain, and we can change it. We can replace it with a healthier, more supportive thought. Good. And then use the pelvic floor here. Scoop up your low belly to exhale your hips back. Allow your left leg to go long. A little movement. I am going to have to use something under my knee. And then remember that left foot is planted. And we are going to stay as high as we need to in this extension, shoulders down. All right. And from here, we'll ease the leg back in, take the feet down, and tuck your toes. Exhale your hips back any amount. Stay as high as you need to here. We're simply waking up the soles of the feet, the toes, moving stagnant energy that gets lodged and in the feet and in the legs and the toes. Just a nice deep stretch here in the soles of the feet. Good. Stay as high or as low through the upper body as you need here. My right knee still has some inflammation, so I'm just going to stay a little bit lower and just be kinder to my leg. And then we will inhale forward, untuck the toes, let the feet hit the floor. All right. And then we will make our way to standing. So right foot steps forward, left foot steps forward. Feet are hip distance apart. Use your blocks as needed for your flat back. Lengthen your spine. Wiggle through your toes and really ground down through your feet. Feel stability and grounding. And as you exhale, fold the body over. As you do, let your knees bend. Bring your head closer to your legs, whatever that is for you. If you're dizzy or have a tendency toward dizziness, or you've been told by a medical professional to keep your head above your heart, then please keep your head above heart. But if it's available to you,
with or without blocks. Bend your right knee, let the left leg go long, and then we'll switch it out. And then switch again. So now we're bringing some fluidity into our pose through our hips. So we're waking up the water element so that we can be flexible, but we still want to be centered, right? So the next time the right knee bends, left leg is long, open the chest to the left, bring your left hand to your shoulder or to your left hip. You're grounded into the corners of the right hand. And then core is engaged as you shift through center. Plant your left hand, bend your left knee, lengthen your spine. Right hand comes to the right shoulder, the right hip, or maybe even into the air as you rotate your torso open to your right. And then we come back through center, both knees bend, and let the body completely release over the legs. You might bring your hands to the floor. You might tuck your fingers under your toes, your hands under your feet. You can take your fingers into the opposite elbow creases and create a basket. Anything that gives you some fluidity and range of motion. And you can sway a little side to side, maybe a gentle bob up and down, or you might just choose to hang. Couple more breaths. Let the arms release. Press into your feet. Inhale to roll up. Shoulders rise over the hips, head over the shoulders. Beautiful. Connect with your breath. Extend through the arms, shoulders down, fingers actively gaze toward the ground, reaching. Notice the soles of your feet. Toes are light, legs are engaged, kneecaps lifted, pelvic floor up, belly scooped up. Chin, fist distance from the chest, shoulders engaged. Taking just a moment to really connect to yourself and to feel your body in space. Before we can open ourselves up and find expansion or really trust ourselves and build self-confidence, we have to be grounded and stable. We need to be rooted. Just like a tree has to be well rooted in order to withstand the winds and the waves, and the winds and the breeze, and to be able to sway in the air, right? It has to be well rooted and grounded. So the same for us through life. For us to go with the flow of life, we have to remain grounded in ourselves and in the world around us, not flighty and just getting carried away with each new thought or experience that comes our way. Big inhale, send the arms all the way up. Palms might meet, or maybe they just stay extended. And so they're like this if they are together. And then take another inhale. As you exhale, let your hips gently ease forward. Keep the spine extended all the way through the back of the head, not releasing the head to drop. We want to keep that neck engaged. Good. Couple more breaths. Pressing into the feet, release the tailbone straight down. And then we inhale, line the body. Exhale, extend gently to your left. Good. Push into the feet. Inhale back up. Exhale to your right. Inhale back up. Pull the elbows wide, hips ease forward, extend the spine. Take cactus. Oh, it feels good. Inhale back up. If you have lion's breath in your practice, option to use it for these next two exhales. Pull the elbows into cactus. Inhale up.
Exhale, cactus. Inhale. Palms meet, hinge from your hips. Press the hips and the knees back as you fold down. Flat back as you breathe in. Exhale down to hands and knees. Take just a moment here. Notice any expansion, any opening through the chest wall. Maybe a little lightness through the chest, the shoulders, the upper body. Or maybe you feel the heat in your abdomen. Maybe you still connect with the fluidity of your hips, or you're fully aware of the solidity and the grounding with the earth beneath you. Whatever it is that's there for you, acknowledge it with grace and kindness. Lovely. All right. Inhale the body up. Let me show you where we're going. So we are going into camel, and I will give you the best variation that I can give you for my body at this point in time. And I will cue you into other options. So if you have an open wall space, you are welcome to use this. So what you would use with this is you're going to bring your thighs and your hips right up to the wall. You're going to just face the wall as much as you can. And for me to even try to demo this for you, I am going to have to bring in this blanket. And blocks. All right. Guess I could use this door. Let me turn this way because I think you'll get a better visual this way. Okay. So you bring the front body all the way up to your wall, right? So what this does is it gives you feedback so that your hips stay connected and they can't drop back. You keep pressing them into the wall as you extend your spine. And then you would bring your hands either to your low back, to the back of your thighs, or maybe onto blocks or even to the floor if that's available. I can already tell from where I'm at that this is my extension for today. Okay. And then if you want to stay there to play around, do so. Um, I'm going to show you. And if you don't want to play with camel today, any of the other, pardon me, back bends that we've done through our practice today would be great alternatives. All right. So let me grab my blanket. Another option is to simply stay on your shins. You're up high, and if you're not sure about your legs, in order to keep them from going wide, just usually a block right between the thighs. And this is good even if you don't think you need it for alignment, but this will keep you from taking your knees out wide, okay? So it's there, but it also gives you something to hug into, because the more you hug into the midline, in toward that block, the more you're engaged, the safer your body will stay. And I have this little step stool that I can bring in and use instead of a block to demonstrate that. Well, no, I can't because now it's in the way. It's too wide. But um, you do you. I'm going to grab another block that I have over here. And I'm going to use this one. It's a little thinner. Um, so I don't want it behind me. I want matching blocks behind me. And you can bring your blocks to the outsides of your ankles, or you can bring just one to the inside. And if you're using just one, then maybe you take it wide. And that would work as well. So find your options. All right. And then if you want to come back to the option that we did earlier where you were sitting on something instead. So there's another option there. All right. So we're nice and tall. Feel the ground underneath you. Notice the crown of your head reaching skyward. Squeeze the legs into your midline. If you're using blocks between legs and or feet, engage with that. All right. Inhale. Send your right arm into the air. And then let the left hand rest on the thigh. A little extension. Inhale back up. Exhale your right arm. Inhale left arm. Keep the core engaged. Keep the hips in place as you extend the spine. Inhale back up. Good. Inhale, find that extension. Exhale, hips move forward over the knees. Reach the right arm further back. And come back up. Navel to spine helps to protect your low back. Keep the tailbone driving down toward the floor. Inhale left. Exhale. Inhale. And come back. Now, if you don't want to extend the arms, you can leave them on the hips. Maybe you bring the back of the hands to the low back. Inhale, elbows are wide, hips are forward as you extend. Inhale, back up. Good. Take a moment here if you need to. Sit on your heels if you need to, but do not fold forward. All right. If you're going to the block, which I am not, take the hands back there. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Hips forward, find your extension. So I'm not far from it. Keep hugging the legs together into the block. Use the abs. Inhale back up. Take a moment to maybe exhale your hips down. Good. All right. So for the full pose, I am going to sit on a bolster. And if you are ready to stay for 5 breaths, find your way into that, whatever that is for you, whichever variation of the pose. Okay. So tailbone moves straight down, core is in, navel to spine, lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale, hips forward. Open up heart wall. Shoulders are down your back, neck is long here. Release the mouth. Two more breaths. Engage the abdomen to slowly and mindfully ease back up. Pause. Take another breath in neutral. If you need more time here, stay here. Otherwise, we will begin to make our way toward tabletop. If you had a bolster, remove it, but keep it nearby. Take a moment in neutral. Good. And then allow the feet to move to one side. Bring your sitting bones down. Bend your knees. Move your blanket if you no longer need it. Just take your moment here. Sit tall. So we're gently releasing the back here. Low back and glutes were nicely engaged with that. All right, when you're ready, take the legs long. Shift and wiggle a little bit. Pedal them out. Flex and point, and then flex, extend, inch the body forward. So if you need something under your sitting bones for this, take whatever you need just to tip the pelvis forward and make your low back feel more comfortable. All right, so forward fold is our counter pose to our back bend. Back bends help us to open up to the wisdom and compassion that we need to be able to move forward in life confidently. So, as you're in your forward fold, you've already opened your heart up. Now, take a moment just to feel like you're giving your heart a gentle hug. Acknowledge the wisdom that you have within you. Maybe let your awareness rest between your brows to really tap into your wisdom. We don't make it into midlife without gaining some wisdom along the way. And often that wisdom comes from the knocks, the challenges, the hardships that we have endured, survived, and grown from. So life is a constant um, learning opportunity, bringing that wisdom we've learned with us into these later years allows us to move forward with confidence, to see our bodies as our own best friend that continues to show up for us day after day, instead of thinking, well, this my body's just not the same anymore. While that might be true, can you reframe that thought into a positive, confident, and compassionate thought, such as, my body is my best friend. It has been with me all of my life. It continues to show up for me day after day. And notice how those thoughts feel in your body and support your confidence. Two more breaths. Then we'll slowly inhale back up. Our back bends were a great way to activate our adrenal glands, the thymus, and the thyroid. And so now we just want to give them a little nurturing. All right, so moving your prompts, bend your knees to roll your body on down. And once you've rolled your body down, take a moment to once again feel the ground beneath you. When you're ready, cross your right leg over your left. Bring your knees into your chest and take hold of your lower legs or your ankles. Just a nice squeeze here to help release glutes and low back, the back of your hips. Inhale, legs into the air. Take a little walk on the ceiling. And then left leg over right. Bend the knees, bring the feet down. Hug the legs in. And then slowly lift the feet into the air. Take a little walk on the ceiling. So we're really lengthening through the legs. You can point, flex, circle, whatever you need here through the ankles. Hug the knees in. Drop them both to your left for just a moment.
Shoulders down, float back through center, hug them in. Exhale, knees to your right. And then back to center and hug your legs in. And then legs down. So it's time for your Shavasana. If you want to take constructive rest, or if you want your legs long with or without props, settle in, allowing the body to fully rest. Legs wide. If you are taking Shavasana, toes turn out. And if you want that connection with the torso, hands can rest on the belly. Otherwise, let the arms extend wide, palms up, and just feel the ground hold you. Notice all of the sensations of energy through your body. And then we'll take movement in toes and fingers, wrists, ankles, larger moves as you're ready. Knees bend and feet come to the earth. Maybe the knees swish a little side to side. And then ease your body over into a side that feels right for you. Take just a moment to check out, notice how your physical body feels. Remember, there are no judgments or expectations, just an awareness. Gratitude for all that your body does for you. Notice the areas of your body that don't ache. Feel those. It might just be your pinky, but notice it. Be grateful. And then check in with your heart. Notice how your heart feels. Maybe there's a little more lightness there than was at the beginning. And check in with your mind. Maybe there's more clarity, more space. Whatever's there, honor it. And then we'll gently rise to seated. Thank you so much for joining me today, for allowing me to be a part of your journey. Begin how to fill up your arms, heart, and mind with loving kindness for you. Palms meet. Exhale past your brow for kind thoughts, your lips for kind words. As you rest at your heart, may you share loving kindness with others. And may you remember that you are worthy of all of your goals and you have everything you need within you to move forward with confidence. Namaste. All right. If you are looking for more yoga, we do have this gentle class twice a week. We have Yin Yoga twice a week, which is a 30-minute class. It's totally different style, very um, create a lot of space in our joints and release our connective tissue with it. Then we have our fitness classes. That's going to be the cardio as well as the strength building that are all designed. Every class is designed for the mature woman who has already been through menopause or is in that midst, in that transition, or maybe you just have some injuries in your body and you want focused practices that are going to help you to thrive regardless of those injuries, and you just want to be able to get on your mat and move, then check out all of our classes on the schedule, and I'd love to see you in those classes. Feel free to share us with your friends and help them achieve their health and wellness goals. And remember that our minds are such a big part of what happens in our physical bodies. Number one, we don't have to believe everything we think. Number two, we can reframe those thoughts that are not supporting us, such as I'm too old to change. Reframe that crazy myth, right? Instead, think about how a fine wine gets better with age. And when that bottle of wine has sat unopened for 50 or 60 years or longer, it is so much more valuable and so much more incredible when you do get to drink it. So see this midlife as just your second chapter, and you're in your prime, right? You are just ready to go out there and truly thrive. Don't worry about what you can't do anymore. Embrace this new experience in this new moment. Keep evolving, and I'll see you in the next class. Bye bye.